Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. So my name is Eve. This is Eve's Creations Paint Party, and it's Tuesday. What? How to Tuesday, guys. We're doing a coral reef. So if you're painting with me, say hello, hello, hello. If you're watching, if you're being a creeper, it's all good. We take all sorts here. So let me show you my handy dandy table. Okay, so I have same colors every single time we paint: black, blue, red, yellow, and white. A whole thing of brushes. I'll let you know what I'm using when I'm using it. And of course my Java, you know, that's the most important thing. Hello, 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 Sheila. How you doing, sweetheart? Hi. So, and we got to give props to you know who, because you never know if he's going to wind up chiming in. He's lounging right now. There's the buddy. There he is, Mr. Butters. Mr. Butters in the house. Hello, 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 Tina M. Hi, Cynthia. How you doing, sweetheart? So, like I said, say hello, hello, hello. If you're practicing with me tonight, there's no actual painting to show you. This is a practice session to make your paintings that much better. All right, so I'm going to put you guys in your handy dandy holder, and we're going to get started. So tonight's how-to is a coral reef. I'm working on a 16 by 20. I have it 20 this way, 16 straight up and down. If you can work on anything. Hi, Cynthia. So you can work on, you know, anything you want to work on. Like I said, tonight's a practice session. So, you know, you got a piece of cardboard, get out the piece of cardboard. It's all good. You're doing well. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. All right, and mixed media paper, whatever you want to do. It's fine with me. Whatever you want to practice on, it's all good. It's all good. Hello, 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 Carolyn. How you doing, sweetheart? So, tonight we're going to be doing a coral reef because Friday's painting is the one with the mermaids. So, and that has a coral reef in it. So we're going to be doing that. Welcome to the fam. Welcome to the fam, Sarah. Hello, hello. You are in the right place. Love painting. You're just here to learn. Absolutely, 6,000%. And if any of you guys have any questions, this is your time. This is your time, okay? I'm here to help you. So if you have any questions for me, 6,000%, ask them. We're going to try to stay on topic. But sometimes that doesn't happen. But just let me know. All right. Hello, 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 Donna. How you doing, sweetheart? Donna's here. Oh, yeah. Donna's new to the fam. Aren't you, Donna? I think you're new to the fam, Donna. Welcome to the fam, guys. So, we're all here hanging out. Angie's here. Angie's hanging out with us tonight. Hello, 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 Angie. How you doing, lovey? So, I'm going to start with Big Boy. He's a 1-inch flat, so I'm going to swirl, tap, dab him. Right? Dab on your paper towel and the shape of your bristles. Diane is hanging out with us. Right, Diane? If you don't like the weather in Washington, just wait a few minutes and it'll change. It will change. All right, so we're very simply, I'm just going to put a sky in here. All right, now if you guys want to get started on your coral reef or your mermaid painting on Friday, you could totally do that. The canvas is straight up and down though, okay? So, hi WMAC. If you're going to get started on putting this in for your Friday painting, you want to make sure your canvas is straight up and down. I'm working on a horizontal. We're doing horizontal tonight. But if you're going to be doing the mermaid painting, put it vertical. All right, so speaking of which, let's turn around. Hello, 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 Tina B. And I'm going to grab some black. I'm going to grab some blue. And I'm going to grab some white. I'm going to grab some white. And I am going to put in our night sky. Okay, so we're going to put this in real quick, like just a simple little night sky, right? Because, like I said, if you guys are going to you know, do this, and then you could turn around and use it on Friday if you want to. You could totally use it on Friday if you want to. Sarah's hanging out with us. Hello, hello, Sarah. I got Cynthia. Cynthia's here, and Tina B. Tina B says hello somewhere. There's Tina B. I see you, girlfriend. Tina B in the house. Everybody give a warm welcome to the fam, to Sarah and Donna, first time hanging out with us tonight. So everybody give a warm welcome to Sarah and Donna. So I am just using blue, black, and white. That's all I'm doing. That is all I'm doing, 6,000%. So I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I hope you guys all did something fun and cool and whatnot, right? So I hope my weekend was good. My sister's moving, so I helped her this weekend. Helped her organize and unpack and all that happy stuff. So that's what we did. Nice to be here. Nice to have you here, honey. So once I have this in for myself, now I'm just going to grab blue and white. Okay, so I'm going to grab blue, and I'm going to grab white, and I'm going to grab that dirty white. It don't matter. So blue and white, big old blob on my brush. Grabbing a big old blob, and I want it to be like a darker blue. So we're going to move this around. We're going to move this around because it was a whole lot of paint. I put a whole lot of paint on my brush. Whole lot of paint. So my sister's in the process of moving. It's kind of exciting though because she's moving like moving. I don't know why I want to say moving like a cow. Hi Bonnie, how you doing, lovey? Bonnie's here. I don't know why the word moving wants to come out like a cow is saying it. Not really sure. Not really sure on that one. But she's moving literally 2 blocks. Okay, so to get your line straight across, I'm holding my brush back here straight up against the canvas, and you pull. That's all you do. You just pull. And the faster you pull, the straighter it's going to be. The straighter it's going to be. See that? Just pull. That's all you need to do is to pull. So we are going to be doing our coral reef. So you found out you're going to have a great grandbaby, number 3, in November. Oh my goodness. Everyone's saying hi to you, buddy. Tina M, that's so exciting. Congratulations. So sweet, right? So sweet. Congratulations, honey. Congratulations, right? I don't have any grandkids yet, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. My daughter is 27, and she's been career-based this whole time. Greetings! Hi, Doreen! How are you, sweetheart? Doreen is here, everybody. You're returning for some therapy. I love it. This is like therapy, right? This is like the best therapy ever, right? Be able to create our own worlds and to escape in our own worlds and do our own thing and, you know, just have fun together. That's what we do. That's what we do here. Yep, that's really exciting, Tina M. Congratulations. All right, so, bam. I've got water, and I've got sky. So, there we go. All right, so I'm going to put Big Boy in the water. I'm going to read what Bonnie just wrote. I've been recommending my videos and live shows all week to some people in my groups. Oh, thank you so much, Bonnie. Yes, share away. That is so, I don't know what this is doing right here. Share away. Angela's the first time here. Welcome to the fam, Angela. Hello, sweetheart. Angela's in the house, everybody. She's new to us. Thank you so much, Bonnie. Yes, 6,000%. Hit those share buttons. That is an excellent way to show support right? Nothing like word of mouth. Word of mouth is still the best way to support somebody. I'm sipping my coffee. You know, and of course, you know, I'm not gonna lie, the money buys the supplies, but word of mouth is still excellent. Doreen, you've been encouraging many of those in your therapy sessions to follow you. Oh, thank you so much, Doreen. Yeah, my stars isn't working tonight. I don't know why. Sorry, I have the link there for PayPal. I don't know where the stars button went. It's not working. I have to get on the computer and fix that. And I'm not that great with buttons. So I'm going to try my best to find out why the stars button isn't popping up. I'm going to try my best to figure out what's going on there. My apologies, guys. I know that's really easy for you guys for the support. But I don't know. It's not working. I don't know why it's not working, but it's not working. Get that thing fixed before Friday. Yes, Bonnie, you're right. Absolutely, 6,000%. I'm going to have to figure out the buttons for it. All right, so I'm going to swirl tap that big boy. Get all of that excess blue out of them. Hello, 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 Cindy. Angela, you can paint along with me. You can just watch and paint later. Everything is on the, I replay everything. My replays are always, always, always available. Cindy's here. Hello, 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 Cindy. So tonight, a lot of people like to just be a watcher. And then they go and practice later. So tonight's a practice session. We're practicing coral reefs because Friday is the mermaid painting. So I'm going to find my center. Home, find the center. Let's relax and get focused. And I'm going to put a little swoop, my little half a moon in there. I'm going to put my little half a moon in here. So now, even though you don't see the bottom of the moon, Tina B's a lot of people. Tina's a watcher. You're watching 3 at one time. You go, Cindy. You watch 3 at one time. So a little secret for a moon, right? So even though it's you're not going to see this part, it's going to be in the water, it's going to be a reflection. What I do is I do the complete circle. I do the complete circle, okay? And then when in the water, then I just go back and forth following that circle. So then this way, your moon reflection is the size and shape that it's supposed to be. Okay, so that is a little tidbit for you that you do the complete circle even though the other part is on the water, and then this way the reflection of the light is the size and shape it should be for reflecting the moon that you painted. Okay, so there is a little tidbit for you guys. Those of you that have trouble sizing up your reflections in your water, you do the whole entire circle, and then you just go back and forth, and then this way your reflection is the right size. Hi artists, how you doing? I just tried the covered bridge, and okay, yep, whenever you're ready, whenever you're ready guys, whenever you're ready, Bonnie. Hi artists, how you doing? Hi Diane, how you doing, sweetie? Artist is here. Hello, artist. How you doing, guys? Oh, boy, roll call. I'm going to need an oxygen tank. I'm going to need an oxygen tank for roll call. It's all good. All right, so now I'm going to turn around. I'm swirl, tap, dabbing big boy. Hello, 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 Kelly. How you doing, sweetheart? Kelly's going to catch the replay, 6,000%. So the videos are always available on my page, and they're also available on YouTube. So I do post the YouTube links. See, YouTube's another one I want to say as a cow. All right, I'm going to grab my white paint, and we're going to put our water line in to where we're going to have the underwater part. So hold back here, and I'm going to pull, swoop, right across. And this is going to be the underwater part. So now I'm going to grab just blue. I'm going to grab just blue. And I'm going to make this a little darker because now we're under the water. Now we're under the water where our coral reef is going to be. Okay, so now we're going to be under the water. So I'm going to grab just blue paint and make this darker. And make this darker. So, and then we can start adding our coral reef pieces. I got a chunk of something right there. I don't know what that was. Hi, Linda. How you doing tonight? You're being a watcher too. Watchers are totally welcome, guys. You guys can be watchers all you want. 6,000%. And I want to know what Cheryl is here. Hello, 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 Cheryl. I want to know what you're eating for dinner there. I want to know what you're eating for dinner there, artist. What's for dinner? Alright, so now I am just adding darker blue here, there, not everywhere. And filling this in because under the water, under the sea is going to be darker, and I'm running out of blue paint, than the top of the water. Under the sea, just you and me. I have to grab more blue paint. Butters chicken fettuccine. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. Donna, Butters is my puppy. And Diane, I didn't set it up yet. I'm going to do that. That's going to be my tonight project, is to set up my air fryer. Oh, and I just noticed my water line is like so crooked. It's like really, 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 really crooked. Here, let's fix that. That was really, 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 really crooked. Like, there. I think that's better. Is that more straight across? Yeah, for the most part. For the most part. It's more straight across for the most part. Alright, so dark blue. Alright, so now to do your light rays coming through the water that are going to be shining on your coral reef. Okay, so I am going to take Big Boy and I am going to turn around and wipe the excess paint off of him. All of that sounds so delicious. Oh my God, Linda and Karen, you guys are so delicious. 6,000%. So I'm going to grab Big Boy. I'm going to grab white paint. Yep, Butters is my doggy. He's a good boy. Just on the tip of my brush, I'm going to wipe off the excess. Make a nice thin line. You want to make sure these are extremely straight, because light rays are always straight. We're going to find our center again, and I am going to pull. Swoop. There it is. Right? And I'm just going to pull. Swoop. And every time you see me take my hand away, I am grabbing more paint. I am grabbing more paint. That is what I'm doing. So, if you notice, I'm holding my brush back here. Thank you, Tina B, for answering the questions. You guys You guys are talking so fast, I'm missing some stuff. So if you ask me a question and I didn't answer, ask it again, because I'm missing some of your posts because it's scrolling too fast for me to see them. So I'm doing, every time I leave the canvas, I'm getting more paint, and you want to make sure that these lines are straight. Okay, no wiggles. So the faster you go, the straighter they'll be. Bam. Bam. And we're just putting the light rays in the water. These are a lot of fun to do. Once you get the technique down, now I'm just lifting up from the bottom of my canvas with some extra paint on my brush. Okay, following, still going straight up and down. Once you get the hang of these, you're going to like want to do them for everything because they look cool. They're easy to do. All it is you have to make sure you use a small amount of paint, and you want to make sure that you're going straight. Hello, 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 Donna. Okay, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Pam, I hope you find us. And let's see. Okay, and Donna's here. Hello, 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 Donna. We got another Donna in the house. Or is that Donna saying hi to the friend? I'm so confused. My comment feed is like, so I'm like missing everything because I'm over here. That's alright. You guys have fun with each other. I don't know what's going on, but it's okay. And if I miss something, let me know. And I'll answer you 6,000%. Alright, guys? So, now I'm going to mix brown. Alright? So if you guys have brown paint at home and you're going to cheat, that's completely fine. I'm going to mix brown. Brown is, there's two Donnas. Thank you, Tina B. There's two Donnas. Excellent. Oh, Donna. Isn't Donna a song? Oh, Donna. HNW. All right. Thank you, Tina B, helping me out with that. So, we're going to mix brown paint. I'm still using Big Boy. And we got to put in where all our coral is going to sit. Okay? And I'm not worrying about cleaning Big Boy off too well because I'm going to be dipping him. Richie Valens. Yeah, there we go. In every color. So I'm going to grab that dirty white that had the blue in it. And I'm going to grab my yellow. And I'm going to grab my red. And I'm going to mix that together. And that's going to give me like a peach. And then I'm going to grab my blue. Put my blue in there. And then that is going to give me a brown. If it's looking a little green, you have to add more red to it. If it's looking a little purple, you have to add more yellow in there. So mine is looking a little green, so I'm going to grab some more red. Okay, and I'm going to put that in there. And I am just scooping and smushing. That's what I'm doing. And I have this nice brown color, dark brown color. Oh no, Punky, you lost your puppy? Oh no, that's awful. I hope he turns up. Okay, so it's rocks time. We gotta put rocks in because rocks is what the coral sits on. So brown paint, I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna put one coming out of the water. And I'm just going to come into my water. And let's do like a little ledge. And bam, there is my rock. And I am just going to fill this in. And as I'm filling this in, remember guys, remember when I told you, like, as you're doing this, in your mind, you should start thinking about where you're going to place stuff, how you want it to be, and all those different things. So as you're filling this in, or like when we do our mapping, oh, okay, Punky is somebody else's dog that's lost. Well, that's still sad. So as I'm filling this in, you know, I'm thinking in my head how and where and what I'm going to want this to be. Now, is this mixing in with my color in the background? 6,000%. Am I concerned about that? Absolutely not. All right, so there is one rock formation. And let's go on the other side here. And I think I have to back you guys up a little bit. Back it up. There you go. Now you got the edges of the canvas in there. And let's do our other rocks, right? So we're going to go above the water here. Shoot. And into the water. Doing my squiggles and whatnots. And let's make another ledge. And there we go. There's another rock. I love rock and roll. Looks good to you? Looks good to me too, Betty. It looks good to me too. Betty's in the house. Oh yeah. Oh, we got a roll call. Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing. So many of you joining me tonight. I really appreciate that. 6,000%. You guys are awesome. So now we have our other set of rocks that we're going to put our coral reef pieces on, right? So I just got to fill this in. I got to fill this in. Da, 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 da. So right now I'm just coloring, and like I said, in my mind, I'm picturing where I want stuff to go. So I'm just picturing where I want stuff to go and how I'm going to work this to be a coral reef. And still can't see the whole canvas from Linda. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. Alright, there we go. How's that, Linda? Is that better? I moved you guys back even further. Yeah, let me, I can move you even further. There. There you go. So now you can definitely see the whole canvas. Alright, so. Perfect. Alright, excellent. Okay, so having that in there, I'm going to give this a chance to dry a little bit. So I'm going to take a tiny brush, which is just a small round brush. I call him Tiny. You're welcome, sweetheart. And I'm going to grab some white paint. And where my rocks are coming out of the water, I'm going to do a little zigzag zoom. I'm going to do a little zigzag zoom, which is just, I mean, I'm going like this. And we're just going to zigzag zoom the water lines around those rock pieces that are coming out of the water. Alright, so, and I need one on the other side. So we're going to zigzag zoom over here and put this piece of rock that is coming out of the water. So you guys are going to be like all set for Friday, because this is basically the setup for Friday. That is, this is exactly what Fridays looks like, except Fridays is straight up and down. See? So it's straight up and down, and this one I held the canvas horizontal to be able to show you more coral reef thingies. So I don't know what any of these are called. They're just cool looking thingies that are on a coral reef. I guess, you know, we have the all sorts of stuff and all sorts of bright colors. and all sorts of things going on. So the first thing I want to do is, there's going to be stuff all the way back there, like all the way in the distance, right? We don't know what it is. It's just going to be there, and it's going to be all the way in the distance. So I am going to take Tiny again, and I am going to grab, I'm going to get all the white, so I'll tap dab them. You're welcome, sweetheart. And I am going to grab some of my blue. I'm going to grab some of my blue and maybe just a quick poke into my black and do a little dab here. And we want to put some things that are all the way in the back. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do like just some squiggles here. Right? Because these are like all the way close up. Close up. These are all the way in the background, right? We don't know what they are. We just know there's things back here, okay? So we're going to put some squiggles in. And every time I move my hand from the canvas, I am grabbing more paint. So let's just, and we're not, you know, we just wanted a dark color because we don't know what it is. It's just back here. It's back in the distance. So we're just grabbing a dark color and maybe one of those branch thingies. I'm going to get real technical tonight. Branch thingies. Do you tell what is needed for Friday ahead of time? Yes, Angela. So it's the same supplies every single party. So let's do one of those branch thingies, right? I don't know what they're called. Some sort of coral, right? It's all called coral. I don't know what it's called though. So I just did a squiggle line up, and now I'm doing all these squiggly lines, and a very light touch. Every time I move my hand, I'm grabbing more paint, and I'm just doing blacks and blues, because this is all the way in the distance. This is all the way in the back, and I'm just doing squiggly lines. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing. Maybe give it a little base right here. There we go. Okay, and on the other side, hi, close up. Right, let's do some squiggles over here in the background. Da 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 da. And squiggles over here. Squiggles there, squiggles here, and I'm just doing blue and black. You know, I'm doing some just with dipping my brush in the blue. I'm doing some with just dipping my brush into the black. So this way I have all the changes of color. And I'm going to do some pieces this way that are disappearing, you know, into the rock. Alright, they're disappearing into the rock. And it's just doing all this fun little stuff. Okay, and let's put another one. Let's put something back here. That's a big one, right? Maybe that's like that seaweed grass. You know, that stuff that wraps around your ankle when you go to the ocean. So, Angela, same supplies every single party. It is always the same color paint. Black, blue, red, white, yellow. And it is always the same brushes every single party. So it is Big Boy, which is a 1-inch flat. Mini Me, which is a small shader that looks just like Big Boy. Tiny, which is what I'm using now, is a small round detail brush. Then we have our Fluffies, which is a stiff bristled brush. And the bristles are going in all different directions. Awesome, Tina B. Thank you so much. You're like the woman tonight, I'm telling you. You are like the go-to for the info. Yes. Okay, so now we have all of those things that are in the distance. From a distance, God is watching us. That's Bette Midler, isn't it? I got all these songs in my head tonight. I love that song, though. That song's amazing. Okay, so You're a watcher tonight, so you have time. Perfect. All right, so let me move you all the way back again so Linda can see. All right, and we're going to put in, I'm going to grab Big Boy, and we're going to put in shadows and ledges and cliffs into my rocks. Actually, so you can see it better. Yeah, no background music tonight, so you're going to wind up hearing me sing, and then you know why I paint. So let me show you this mountain first. So I'm swirl, tap, dabbing Big Boy. I'm going to use the brown paint that I made before, and I'm going to grab a little bit of black with it. So black and that brown that I made before. Okay, to make it a little bit darker. Now, the thing with brown paint is you have to stick and move. You have to stick and move. You're welcome, sweetheart. Because it will lift off. If you keep playing with it, it winds up lifting off. So, I am going to put shadow in here. Okay, so I'm going to put in the darker paint, and now I'm going to grab just the brown. Because as it gets closer to the light, it's going to be lighter. And then where those two meet, I'm just going to brush over it so it blends together. And I'm going to put another shadow in here. Okay, so I did a how-to on how to do, and now I'm just softly brushing. I'm just softly going back and forth with my brush because there's very little paint on it now. So I'm putting a ledge in there. And I'm going to grab my brown and my black. And let's say there's a rock right here. Beep. Right? So there's a rock right there. Maybe we can do some fun stuff on. Okay. And again, I'm just going to brush back and forth to kind of fill this in. Because there's hardly any paint on my brush. Okay. So I'm going to brush this back and forth. And I'm going to grab just the brown now, and I'm going to put just the brown and just sweep back and forth. That's all I'm doing. I'm sweeping back and forth between the darker and the lighter. And I have like no paint left on my brush, so I'm basically just pushing this around and making it a nice thin layer. I lost my rock. Let's put my rock back in. The flag by my name means that we're live. So it means that this is in real time and I am live and I'm actually on the video with you. When you watch the replay, you're going to notice that there's no flag, which means I am not live, that you are just watching the video. So that's what that means. It's all good, Angela. Welcome, sweetheart. I'm glad that you chose to come to Eve's Creations. And now I'm going to grab some white paint with my brown. And we're going to put in some lighter areas. So I want a ledge right here. So we're going to go, boop, put an angled line in there. And then we're going to put a ledge. I want a ledge in there to put some cool coral stuff on. So we're going to do that. And I want another ledge right here. So we're going to put in another ledge right here. Okay, so, and I'm just taking the lighter paint. Just taking the lighter paint, and then I do the side here like at an angle. And then I'm going to grab my black and my brown, and right underneath my ledge, I'm going to make it darker and then just pull that through. Just pulling that through. Okay? And going to grab my black and my brown. I have no idea, Angela. I don't know what the flags are by other people's names. No clue. So, we're putting the black and brown around here. And now on my rock, I'm going to grab the smallest amount of white with the brown. And let's put a ledge on my rock. So now we have lots of spots to be able to put coral stuff on. Oh, okay. So it's all you guys that have been here for a minute. That's what it is. Cheers, everybody. So I'm going to turn around and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to grab my white paint with the brown. And I'm going to come in here, and let's say there's a ledge right here, so I'm going to drop that in. Okay, now I did a how-to on rocks and boulders and mountains, so that is on YouTube and on my page. So if you want a little more in-depth on how to do rocks and boulders, you could watch that how-to. And I also did one on caves, so we did the caves. So it's basically the same concepts. Oop, my blue from my little seaweed thing's getting in here. That's okay. Now I'm going to grab the black and the brown, and I'm going to come under my ledge. Boop, 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 boop. And everything is done in layers when it comes to acrylic paint. So you want to make sure you're doing in layers. Okay, and the black and the brown over here, right? And I'm just pulling it down. Just pulling it down. Softening it out if I went over my line, because of course I went over my line. That's a given. I never stay in my lines. So I'm going to pull that black and brown. And again, you have to stick and move, because if you don't stick and move, it's going to wind up lifting off on you. Brown is very tricky for some reason. I don't know why it does that, and now I am just pushing it around because I have hardly any paint left on my brush. Alright, so now we have some ledges to put our fun coral stuff on. So, first thing I want to do is I'm going to give that a second to dry. Anybody painting along with me, you have time to catch up mustard. Alright. So let's give that 2 seconds to dry a little bit. And now we're going to map in. Now we're ready. Now we're ready to map in all of our little shapes and doodads and whatnots for our coral reef. So let's do some roll call. Oh yeah. So I got Doreen, Sheila, Tina M, Cynthia, Carolyn, Sarah first time here, Donna first time here, Angie and Diane, W Max in the house, Tina B, Bonnie, Angela first time here. She's learning lots of stuff. We have Cindy, an artist, Kelly, Linda, Cheryl, Donna number 2, Punky, and Betty. Oh yeah. So if I missed ya, let me know. Let me know if I missed you, because I don't want to miss anybody. So, as I'm waiting for this to dry a little bit. Hi, Lisa. How you doing, sweetheart? Lisa's here. So, as I'm waiting for this to dry a little bit, then this is where I would, like, put my stars, right? You know, so you could always turn around and work in another area of your canvas as you're waiting for a certain area to dry. So, you know, this is where I would play with my stars on my painting to turn around and waiting for something to dry. I would put another coat on my moon. The moon. I swear I was possessed by a cow tonight. I don't know what the deal is. Donna, I did a how-to. I have how-to on water. And I have 2 of those. I have a how-to water part 1 and part 2. I don't know right off the top of my head, but in one of those is a waterfall. So if you find my videos that are how to water, you can find the waterfall is in one of those videos. Now, I have been playing with the idea on just doing a how to waterfalls to get a little more in depth about it. So, that might happen. It might actually happen. And I'm going to take Mini Me, which is a small shader brush, see? And I'm going to grab white paint, and I'm going to zigzag zoom my reflection a little bit better. And all this time that I'm playing around up here, my rocks are drying to be able to put the coral reef things on it now. So, one cool thing about coral reefs is there's lots of fun little shapes and lots of colors, and you can turn around and lots of doodads, and you know, there's like a lot of things in a small amount of space. Yes, I do have a waterfall TikTok. You're absolutely right, Tina M. So if any of you are on TikTok, if you follow my TikTok page, I've been doing TikTok tidbits. So, and they're just little tidbits on how to do certain things. So, this is what you do when you're waiting for other sections of your painting to dry. You put in your other layers on other parts of your painting. So, this is, because I'm waiting for my brown to dry, because if I start hitting it with stuff too fast, I'm going to wind up, the brown paint's going to lift off, it's going to mix into what I'm trying to put on there. And for a coral reef, you want everything big, bold colors. So, you don't want anything to be blending in with what you're trying to paint on there. So, that sounds good, Sue. Healing wishes towards Sue, guys. She's a little bit under the weather, so let's send her some healing prayers and healing wishes. So, I'm going to get fresh, clean white paint, and we're going to start putting our little doodads on our coral reef. So, let's start over here. Da-da-da-da. And I have no idea what these doodads are called. No idea. And if there's something that you would like to see, let me know. I'll throw it in here. You know, there's all sorts of shapes and like little feathery things, and the sticks, and the sea urchins. I know that one. And then you could get like, so there's all sorts of stuff. So the first thing you want to do, hi Cynthia, how you doing, lovey? The first thing you want to do is turn around. I think we have 2 Cynthias now. Mapping time, that's right. So mapping, those of you that are new to me, is we basically take the shape, take the object that we're putting onto our painting, and you paint it with white paint first. And there's a couple reasons for this. Number one, SpongeBob and Patrick. Oh, that's so awesome. Number one, you want to turn around and you're going to do stuff with the white paint. So this way, if you screw it up, it's easy to blend out. So I'm doing like these like little rounded squiggle things. So I just put, and I'm using tiny, and I'm using it like a pencil. I'm leaning my hand. And since this, you know, since everything's going to be layers, all right. Oh, let me finish my mapping. So the mapping, number one, is if you screw up, you can easily blend it out or wipe it off. Number two is that it blocks the colors that are behind it. So when you go to fill these in, your colors are, she's back! Your colors are going to be bright and vibrant. So, and don't be afraid to go over something you already painted, because like I said, there's lots of cool little things and they're all like overlapping each other. So we're going to put, and you want to think about that too, is, you know, you want some taller things in the background. That's why I'm doing these little rounded squiggle things here. We get so technical, right? Tina would be a good moderator for this group. Yeah, she would. She knows what the deal is. Lisa probably too. Lisa's been with me since like the second painting ever. You're a great helper, Tina. So odds are always better than even, so you want to remember that. All right, so we have that thing. Let's do something that has like all the holes in it. So we're going to do like a plate. So let me do like a squiggle like that. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to take Mini-Me and we're just going to color it in. So we're going to take Mini-Me and I'm just going to color this in. And I'm going to put holes in this when I go to paint it in. I'll show you that trick. Alright, so if you have an object that has lots of holes in it and you save your background color, you don't have to turn around and paint around all your little holes. You can add your holes in later as long as you saved some sea anemone. I can't say that word, Doreen. Sea anemone. Alright, let me look that up. Let me look up what that is. So, those of you who don't know, I am on Google. And I am doing Google Images. And it's going to turn around. Oh, it's those little fluffy things. Okay, we can totally do that. I can do that. We can do that. Kind of looks like a pineapple. So I got you, Doreen. Let's map in a sea and then anemone. and then, yeah. However you say that word. Anemone? I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm going to grab Mini-Me and we're going to do like a pineapple shape. Like this. Like a little horseshoe. And then you turn around and I'm definitely one of a kind, Bonnie. And now I'm going to grab Tiny and he has like all these little things coming out of him. So, yep, doing a coral reef is a labor of love because I have to color all these things in once I'm done. So it is definitely a labor of love. I want to show you how to put the holes in trick. And I want to, you know, we're just going to do all these fun little shapes of the sea anemone. Did I say that right? Anemone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Throw another one in there. 7. Alright, so we have that. Okay, now I want to do a sea urchin. Those are fun. And I could say that one. Right? The urchins are like the little spike balls. So we're going to do a sea urchin. So I am just going, and edamame. Anemone. Anemone. Alright, there we go. Anemone. Oh my goodness. Edamame, right? I'm with Angela. It's edamame. Anemone. Alright, whatever. Sea urchin. Okay, so that's going to be a circle. We're going to do a circle. And then we're going to do those little things that are like layered plates. So they're kind of like little plate things that attach going down like the side. So we have the plates, like those little plates, like that. Alright, so what else can we do? We can do a shell. I'm not your enemy. Alright, so let's do a clam shell. Alright, so we're going to do a half, that way, and then that way. Alright, bring this piece in here. Bring this piece in here. Okay, so we're going to do a little seashell type thing. So we're going to make it like a lemon shape. Alright, and you just want to keep building on top of everything, okay? So you're just building everything up. Now, if I wasn't trying to show you the layers, I would literally map this, paint it, then let it dry, then do the other layer, and then map it, paint it, and then let that dry. Ooh, a starfish. Nice. I like that one. And then let that dry. And then I would do the last layer, paint it, let that dry. We could totally do a starfish. Starfish are cool. Okay, so starfish is 5. So with a starfish, you want to turn around and you're going to make a center. And then you're going to pull that piece in there. And then you want to do an X. That's how you would do a starfish. Okay, so you make your center, and then you pull, now I'm just making it thicker. Now I'm just making it thicker. So, like I said, if I wasn't trying to put this into a short little video, I would be putting all these things on, painting them, and then adding layers on top of that. So that is how that would work. And let's do our little tube things, the tubes. Okay, so let me get Mini-Me out again. And on this ledge down here, let's do the tubes. So I'm going to basically work on this whole side and show you. We're not going to go over to the other side. The other side. So, because it would be the same thing. You would be drawing all of these pieces and all these fun, happy little things over on that side. Okay, so we're going to work on this one side because I want to show you how to color these in and add the details. And then you would basically be doing the same thing on the other side, on the other ledge. So let's do those tubes. Alright, so I'm going to do just lines. Notice I'm moving my brush. I'm moving my hand, not my brush. Okay, so whenever you want to do a straight line, you just hold your brush on there and you pull. Okay, and then turn around, and then you're going to do little swoops. You're going to do little swoops to give it that curved shape. Okay, so you're going to do the little swoops to give it the curl shape. That's what I'm doing. See that? Just little swoop, 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 swoop. I did do this when I did the sea creatures how-to. I think I threw one of these in there, but we'll do it again because they're fun. Okay, so we're just going to put the little curved lines in here. We can do, let's see, what else could we do? We can do a shell that is open. Alright, so we can do a shell that is open. So let's come over here and we're going to do a rounded triangle. And then the rounded triangle on top. Okay, so this is going to be, and then you just kind of round it off to have the two pieces. So that's going to be an open shell. You're making your granddaughter a mermaid quilt. Now you'll be able to paint one for her as well. Yes, so Friday we're doing the mermaid, 6,000%. There's another mermaid painting out there. It's called Midnight Matinee. It has one mermaid in it, and it has dolphins. So if you look up Midnight Matinee, that is also another one. Brain coral. Brain coral. Oh, we can do one that has all the ridges on it. All right, let's do that one. I'd have to look up brain coral. What does brain coral look like? All right, let me look up brain coral. B-R-A-I-N-C-O-R-A-L. Oh, geez. Cheese and crackers, Tina. All right, let's give it a shot. Why not? All right, a jellyfish. Okay, I don't want to go into sea creatures too much. I did do a jellyfish in sea creatures. I can turn around. We could do a little profile one, like there's a jellyfish all the way in the background. But let me draw my circle for Tina's brain coral. Okay, so let's do that. And we're going to make this extra big so I can turn around and put all the details in it. Alright, so, and then bubbles. I just did a how-to on bubbles. We're definitely going to add bubbles. That's going to come in the details. And then, so a jellyfish, a profile jellyfish, let's say there's a jellyfish all the way in the back here. Because I did do a jellyfish for, sea creatures how-to. Okay, so for a jellyfish, I'm going to do an oval. Okay. We're going to do an oval. And then you want to turn around and I'm going to grab a little microscopic amount of white and just put white on the top of this. And I'm just using brown with, not brown, blue with the black. So put a little light on there, grab a little black, put its little black dark area right here. And then you're going to make the thicker stuff. And then I'm going to wipe off my brush, grab my blue, and now you're going to do the longer tentacles. Tentacles? I don't know. Tentacles are on an octopus. I don't know what they're called for a jellyfish. Not really sure. So you can have a lot of fun adding little sea creatures to this too. You can add them as silhouettes or you can paint them for real. You know, it's your world. You can totally do whatever you want to do. So there would be my jellyfish. So I went a little happy with my little tentacles, so I just need to make my jellyfish actually a little bit bigger. There we go. That's a little bit more in proportion, I would think. There. So, we can even make these a little longer if we want to. Whoop, shoop, 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 shoop. Doot, doot. There we go. Seahorse, crab, yeah, so, I did all those with, the sea creatures, so I don't want to get into doing, because we can go nuts. We can go nuts doing a whole bunch of sea creatures. We can do, I definitely did a jellyfish and a seahorse and the sea creatures how-to. I didn't do a crab. A crab I did not do. So I'll definitely write that down, Donna. That's a really good idea. So I'll write crab down and maybe like a lobster, so we can have and a shrimp, so we can have a how-to of the crustaceans. Oh, that reminds me, all of my videos are kid-friendly. So, I'm going to watch this thing. Yep, I did seahorses. We definitely did seahorses. So, now that this is dry, now I can add my colors. So, I'm going to turn around and add my colors to all of my little things going on here. So, I'm going to take Tiny, and let's do blue and white. So I'm going to grab some white and make a really light blue. And if I add a smidge of yellow to that, it's going to make it a turquoise. So blue and white and a smidge of yellow makes like a really pretty turquoise color. So let's go in here and let's do this guy turquoise. So now I'm just coloring in. So then the whole rest of your painting, I'm going to grab Mini-Me because he's going to be faster. So the rest of the coral reef would be you guys coloring. So now some of this you can just color flat and you don't have to worry about adding anything to it. You don't have to worry about adding shadows or other little shapes or anything like that. So basically you're just filling it in. Yes, Seafood Fest. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I love Red Lobster's biscuits. 6,000%. Like, I could eat their like, just give me some lobster bisque soup. And it's all good, Angela, no worries. And some lobster bisque soup and their biscuits. Oh my goodness. It's okay, Angela, don't stress it. You're all good, sweetheart. Trust me, I have to work very diligently. The mouth will catch up with the brain eventually. It will happen for me. Diligently to keep my mouth in check. So there is, don't stress it, honey. Alright, so there we go. Now, the sea urchin, I'm going to turn around and make pink. And the reason I'm making it pink, remember you want to do that thinking before you paint. So the reason I'm making it pink is because I'm going to be able to do the, Swirl, Tap, Dab, and Tiny. I'm going to be able to do the shadowing that needs to go on it. So to start off with, I'm going to grab white and red. And I'm going to make a little pink. Okay, so we're going to make a little pink action going on here. And I'm going to fill it all in with the pink. This isn't the sea urchin. This is the anemone. Oh, wait, I think I just did it. Anemone. Oh, snap. I got it. Anemone. Nice. We got it. We got it. Yay! Alright, so I'm going to fill this in all with the base pink color. Oh, I love lobster bisque soup. It's so good. So we're going to do the base color of pink. And then what I want to do is I'm going to come in here and with Tiny... with Tiny, I'm going to grab red paint. And with the red paint, I'm going to come up in here. And we're going to add the shadow. And then you just want to do a little zigzag zoom action. Just a little bit. So we're going to add the shadow onto the body part here. Okay, and then we're going to add some shading into the squiggles. Okay, so this way Some will be in the back, some will be in the front. And it'll add an extra little something something. And it'll add an extra little detail to it. And now I'm just going to take my brush and I'm just going to dab between the pink and the red to soften that line. So I'm just going to dab between the pink and the red to soften that shadow that I put on the side. And then once that dries, I'm going to hit it again. Oh, that's no good, Diane. You can't be doing that. Alright, so I'm going to swirl tap down my brush. Let's make our starfish yellow. So yellow doesn't show up without its friend white. So I'm going to add white and yellow together. And another thing, guys, is that the more layers you add, the more realistic your painting becomes. So, like I said before, I would turn around and paint all the ones in the background and then let it dry. And then I would turn around and add the next row and then let it dry. And then I would add the next row and let it dry. And the more layers that you add to something, the more realistic it's going to look. So if I was doing this coral reef as an official painting, I would turn around and it would probably have about 4 to 5 layers of paint on it. Because every time I would go back in, I'd go back in and do another layer and adding more details. So one thing I noticed that you guys wind up doing is you don't... Good night, Angela. Thank you so much. It was lovely meeting you. So a lot of times what you guys wind up doing, and I noticed this, is you kind of quit when if you added just another layer on top with some more details, it would pop your stuff up that much further. Okay, so let's do this guy. Let's do this guy in like an orangey peach. So I'm going to take that pink and just add yellow to it. I'll fill in this guy. So it's just peach is red, yellow, and white. So we're going to fill this guy in. Okay, so lots of times you guys quit or say you're done before the magic happens. Because if you literally just went back in and did another layer with a little more details, you would have what you need. So I want to do these guys red, so I'm going to do them pink to start with. Alright, so, and because this layer I'm doing now is basically just the base coat. It's the base coat of color. Now notice these are curved. So every time I do anything on them, I'm doing a little curved motion. That's a great idea, Cynthia. Yes, Tina, you're definitely a culprit. I love you, girl, but you are definitely a culprit of not doing that one last little layer. That's a really good idea, Cynthia. So Cynthia says that she leaves her painting on the easel and then she just goes back and adds extra little things here and there. You know, when you get a minute or whatever, you can just go in and add another layer because you have to wait in between the layers to dry anyway. And it also gives you a break because, you know, once you get tired, you really should stop painting. Because then you just start doing stuff to like, I want to get this done and impatient like, and then you wind up with having, you know, messy mess. All right, so I'm going to do these light blue. So I'm going to grab Well, the one good thing with acrylic paint is if you turn around and screw up and then you let it dry, you can paint right over it. So I'm going to do my little shells here, light blue. So right now, all I'm doing is doing the base coat. And once I am done doing this, we're going to go back in and I'm going to show you how to do all of the details on here. So you guys kind of stop after you're done doing the base coat. Because I went to do the details on this too quickly, and that's why it kind of looks like a mushy mess right now. Because I went to do the darker color before it dried, and it kind of mushed all together. So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn around and fix that. So let's see. Let's do our brain coral. We'll do green. So I'm just going to grab the yellow and the blue. And we're going to paint this one green. So this is going to be the brain coral. And then let's do our seashells purple. So I'm going to grab blue, red, and white. Yes, that's one thing I tell people to do, Cynthia, in the beginning of my videos is to take a screenshot because I can't show, I just made green again. Alright, we'll make something else green. We'll do the sea urchin green. I don't know why I made green again. I wanted to make purple. Alright, so let me clean my brush off again and let's make purple. Blue, red, and white. Blue, red, and white. Purple. Alright, I'm literally making purple this time. Alright, and we're going to finish up. Now, all of these things, notice how I have them kind of separated on here? If you're doing your coral reef, since you have the time to let something dry, is I would layer these closer together. I would have these all sitting on top of each other. Like I said, to do the one piece and then the other piece and then do the next layer on top of that. Because see how I have spacing in here? I would bunch it up even more so you don't have all of that spacing. Alright, so I'll give anybody who's painting along a chance to catch up mustard, and then I'm going to show you the details on all these guys. And thank you so much, Donna, for the how-to suggestions. So we're going to do, one of these days, I'm going to do a lobster shrimp fest sort of thing. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll do a crab, I'll do a lobster, I'll do shrimp, maybe a crayfish, stuff like that. Crustaceans. And so this is Friday's painting. Okay, the mermaids. Then we have how-to sides where we're going to do our marshmallow friends. And I'm going to teach you how to paint sides and edges on things. And then we're going to have a nosy gnome Easter painting. And then the following Friday is going to be the cherry blossom ocean. Alright, so all of those are coming up. So you're going to be all set. Right, so mixing your colors, you have to be super careful. Okay, so the trick for this one, alright, this, when you want to paint something that has a lot of holes in it, I'm going to grab Mr. Nifty. Those of you who don't know who Nifty is, anybody who sends me support, I send out Mr. Nifties for free. So you just got to make sure I have my address. And I accept support through Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and usually the stars are enabled, but they're not enabled tonight. Like I was told I got to get that fixed. So I'm grabbing that background color. Okay, I'm grabbing the color that was back here, and once I have this Now, I would do another coat. See how that you can kind of see the brush strokes? I would definitely do another coat on top of this before this step. And then you can go in and add all the little cutout pieces, and you don't have to turn around and paint around them to add them. So you save your background color when you're doing something that has holes in it. You save whatever color is behind it, because then you could just draw the general shape and then go back in with your background color to add all the cutout pieces. So that is the easy peasy trick of doing something. Like say you're doing lace or coral or I don't know, anything else that would have holes in it. Baby animals, baby giraffes, elephants, zebras. So, oh, I like that idea. Baby animals. We can do babies. I can do that as a paint party. Farm animal babies. We can do that. That sounds really, really, really cute. I did do, it's called Pals. It's a pig and a cow baby. I did do a paint party, and it was called Pals, and it's actually a piggy and a cow together. So if you want to look for that one. So that is how you would paint something with holes in it. We're out of time for any more Easter ones, Diane. So I did the Friends in a Tub to do the different Easter animals. Okay, so now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to take Tiny. And now that this is dry, I can do what I was trying to do before without it turning into a mushy mess. So I'm going to grab the red paint, and I'm going to come in here and add right underneath the tentacles the red. Right underneath there. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a microscopic amount of white to fill in the bottom part, and then just do a little zigzag zoom between the two to blend it out. Okay, so, and then I want to turn around and put the shadows on these guys. So I'm grabbing the red paint, and I'm just following along the side, and now that this is dry, it's not going to be a big mushy mess. Okay, because this is what I was trying to do before, but it wasn't dry enough to do it, and that was the problem. 6,000%. So if something's becoming a mushy mess on you, you have to learn to walk away and let it dry. Okay, so I have the red on there, and now I'm going to grab the tiniest bit of white with the red, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to just make the lighter areas, and I'm just dabbing my brush. That's all I'm doing. Just dabbing my brush, just doing little dabs and working it into the darker paint. Bunny-shaped canvases? Get out of here, really? So, Michael's has bunny-shaped, that is so cool. Yep, I definitely am going to wind up spending money now. Because I need to have that. I need to own one of those. So now I'm doing the pink and the white, and I'm just going to dab in between. To get that to where it has the darker side and the lighter sides. And this way, since it had time to dry, it's not being a big mushy mess on me. And I just did the darker pieces and the lighter pieces. And now I'm going to go in with just the red. I'm coming here. Oh, I wound up with a little bit of blue on here. That's okay. Up, there's the butters. I wound up with a little bit of blue on this red, but it's actually working for my favor. So I'm just going to zigzag zoom this a little bit. And there we have an banana mini. All right, so the sea urchin. Sea urchin's a lot of fun. So I'm going to take that green that I made before, and I'm going to add white to it. And you want to make sure your paint's nice and thin and loose. Okay, and all you're going to do is make spikes. Thank you, Cynthia. So you're just going to make these little flicks and make spikes. Let me give you a close-up. Close-up! There. Now you guys can see it better. So I'm just grabbing white paint with that green that I made before. Doing a little dab, dab. And now I'm putting all these little spikes coming out. And they can overlap. They can do their thing. But you want to leave it alone before it winds up becoming a mushy mess. So you want to, they're fun to do, but you're going to hit a point where you got to stop. Like right now, I need to stop. Otherwise, you're just going to wind up with a big mushy mess. Okay, so the closed shell. So we're almost there, guys. I want to show you the closed shell. We're going to try the brain coral for Tina B. I want to show you the open shell. So we got a few more details on stuff, and then you guys are going to be all set. Yay! And you're going to be able to paint your own coral reef. And I'm going to grab my soda. My soda! And we had such a great big fam tonight. This is awesome. I'm so excited. So let's do a little bit of roll call. Wake you guys up. Yes! Because we got a few more things to show you with the details. I told you a coral reef is a labor of love. So, we have Doreen, Sheila, Tina M, Cynthia, Carolyn, Sarah, Donna, Angie, Diane, W Mac, Tina B, Bonnie, Angela, Cindy, Artist, Kelly, Linda, Cheryl, Donna, Punky, Betty, and Cynthia. Cheers, everybody. Okay, so the closed shell is just going to have shadow under its lip. Right? And it, so the closed shell, it's alright. I'll try it. I'm always up for a challenge. It's all good, Tina B. We're always up for a challenge. So the closed shell, I'm going to do lighter purple on top. Alright, so we're going to do a lighter purple on top here. Wait till you see it when I pan out and you can see all the different pieces together. And then I'm going to do the purple on the bottom, which is going to be a little darker. And then I'm going to go in with Tiny and grab just blue. I'm going to go in with Tiny and grab just blue because he's the darker color of purple. And again, I am just dabbing. See me dabbing? And I'm don't have hardly any paint on my brush now. And I'm just going, now I'm going to grab a little bit more paint. I'm going to pull this through right underneath the lip. I'm going to wipe my brush off. And now I'm going to dab it to blend it into that purple I just put on here. And then if you want to add a little bubble, because this is a little clam, Now you could do little bubbles, right? White paint, little circles. I just did a how-to on how to paint bubbles. So you guys totally want to watch that. It's actually champagne glass. So that was an awful lot of fun. And you guys can learn how to paint bubbles with all the colors in them and the highlighted parts and all of that good stuff. So I am just going to There we go. So there is our clam. All right. So now we want to do these little shells. So I'm going to grab just blue. And I'm going to come in here, and since they're laying on top of each other, they're going to create a shadow on itself. So I'm grabbing just blue. You're learning a lot tonight? Awesome. That warms my heart, Betty. So I'm grabbing just blue, and I'm going to put that right where the shell is leaning on top of itself. So like I said, coral reefs are a labor of love. And, you know, if you're doing this on your own, practice getting it more squished. And let's just put a little shadow on that one. Now I'm going to wipe my brush off, and I'm going to grab white with the blue. And I'm going to come in here and do a little white edge. And then I'm going to dab. Do a little dab just to soften it up. And a white edge here. And do a little dabbing action. A white edge here. A little dabbing action. White edge on this one. Little zigzag zoom dabbing action. Okay, so my blue paint that I just put on actually dried already. So now I'm just grabbing the blue paint so I can do the zigzag zoom and it's going to blend. So that's the one thing with blending, guys. You have to make sure that whatever you're blending together, that both sides are wet. If it's not wet, it's not going to move. And if it's not going to move, you're not going to be able to blend it. So you want to make sure that both sides of your blending is wet. See, because I put all that dark blue on there and it automatically dried. So I'm going to put the dark blue back on. I'm wiping off my brush. I'm grabbing the lighter blue. Putting that back on. Wiping off my brush. And then I'm going to just zigzag zoom between the two of them. And a very, very light touch, because I'm doing this with tiny. And you do not want to kill the point on your smaller brushes. So if you're going to wind up zigzag zooming, wiping off my brush, grabbing the light blue now. If you're going to wind up zigzag zooming with your tiny, wiping off my brush, with your tiny brush, you want to do an extremely light touch so you don't kill your brush. Okay? And now, zigzag zoom. That's right, Cynthia. Now I'm going to grab just white. And I'm going to put the ridge on. Bam. So I'm grabbing just white. Bam. And putting the ridge on these guys. Whoop. Bam. These guys are fun. They're like, I don't know, like little slices of bread or something. I don't know what they are. I have no idea what these things are, but they're fun to paint. So, there is the layered shells. Alright, so now we have the open clam. So we're going to turn around and grab that purple. We got 3 more to go. Woo! Yes! 3 more to go. This is a little longer of a how-to, but there's lots of little things to show you. So, and it's a lot of fun. Wait till you guys see it when I zoom out. It's going to be really cool. Alright, so I'm going to grab the blue and the red and the white because I ran out of purple. And I'm going to turn around and paint this purple on again. Right, layer number 2. Just going to fill this in very simply with my base color so it's nice and wet so I can blend. And now I'm going to turn around and grab Tiny. And I'm going to grab some white. And in here, we're going to put the soft, squishy piece of the inside of the clam, right? So we're going to do that. Boop, boop, boo, doo, boo. And I'm pulling Tiny so I don't kill the bristles. You don't, so if you pull in the direction of your bristles, you can blend stuff out with your round brush and you won't kill it. And now I want to grab blue with the purple. And I'm going to come in here with the darker color. And I'm going to do like little arch circular things. Because these shells are round. So I'm doing, if you notice, I'm doing circle motions. And then I want the centerpiece right here to be the darkest. And I want to do the lip, boop, boop, boo, 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 underneath the squishy part. And now I'm going to grab the white paint and put the edge on him. Living on the edge, living on the edge. And I'm going to grab the white paint and put the edge on this part. Living on the edge. Yes, we are. We're living on the edge. Okay. And then once that dries, yes, Donna, I was just going to say that. Once that dries, I'm going to add the pearl. All right, Tina B, brain coral. I was looking at it. It's lots of squigglies. That's all it is. So I'm going to take Mini Me. I'm going to grab that green paint from before. I'm going to grab that green paint from before, and we're going to put in the other layer of this. Put in the other layer of our brain coral. Okay, so doing the base layer. Hi, Carol. How you doing? Yes, like we did the zombie brain. You got it, honey. So when we did the zombies. So, now I'm going to grab, let's grab Mr. Nifty. And I'm going to grab some white paint. And I'm going to come in here and do all these little squiggles. And I'm going to, basically... Now, you notice how I made that curved. Even though I'm doing squiggles, I'm still making it a curved shape because my object is round. So even though I'm doing all these squiggles, I'm still creating that curve. Alright, so this is the first brain coral I've ever painted. And we're going to see how it comes out. There. So we're going to do all our little squiggles in our curved way here. Alright. And now let's grab the blue. Because that's the darker color of the green. And we're going to come in here and add the darker blue areas in between my squiggles. So that way it adds some depth to all of these ridges. Ridges. We got ridges. And I'm doing here, there, not everywhere. Okay, because some of these are going to be deep and some of these are going to be shallow. So I'm doing here, there, not everywhere. And we'll have, kind of looks like a head of lettuce. I'm going to wipe off my brush again, grab a little bit more white, and redefine some of these with a very light touch, because this is wet. So I don't want it to become a mushy mess. In a perfect world, I would wait for this to dry before I added the final white accent pieces. So there we have a brain coral. And now, with Mr. Nifty in my hand, I could add my pearl. There's my pearl and my shell. Just like that. And Mr. Nifty in my hand, I'm going to grab my red paint with a smidge of blue. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add the dark tops to my tube coral. So we're going to add these tops to it, which is just little ovals. They're just little ovals. I don't know if you can see them. They might be a little too dark, but I'm just doing little ovals. And then I'm going to grab the pink. The white, my palette is like such a mess. I don't know where anything is anymore. So I'm just mixing new. Because it's all the mess. When you grow up, you want to be you, and I rock. Oh, thank you, Donna. That's so sweet. And now you want to do the back line on the other side of these guys. Okay. And I'm going to do the front part here. There we go. Do the front part. And now I'm going to take Mini Me. So, any of you, I do sell brush sets that are the exact brushes I use for every single party. If you're interested in one of those, they're $25 plus shipping and handling, and you could just message me. Like I said, if you'd like to send support, I have PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. The links are, I'm just grabbing red. The, again, doing curved motions here, there, not everywhere. The links are on the event page. So you can find the links there, or you could message me and I could send you the links for support, because art supplies aren't free. But all of my videos are. They've been free since the beginning, because I want to give everybody, regardless of their situation, the opportunity to learn and paint and have fun. So I'm wiping off my brush now, and I'm going to grab the white with the red. And I'm going to come in and do the lighter ones now. But trying not to lose my red. I'll probably have to put the red back in. I always seem to lose my dark when I do my lights. I don't know why that happens. So I'm going to do the red again, because I kind of lost it. So now I'm just grabbing the red again and putting the reds in again for my little tubes. Again, you want to do everything in an arching motion. And then these guys would have bubbles coming out of them. So you do the bubbles coming out of them. And the only thing else that I would add to my coral reef is on the underneath my little pieces here would be shadows. So if I swirl tap dab mini me and I grab that black and that brown from before, there would be shadows underneath these guys. So you want to make sure, and you could also clean up any lines, you want to make sure that you add some shadowing onto wherever these guys are hanging out. And like I said, you would make this tighter with the layers. You would make it tighter with the layers, you know, more on top of each other. So I'm just zigzag zooming some darker paint in here. And creating the shadows that this stuff would create on my little ledge. Alright, so guys, let me zoom this out. You guys can check how cool this looks. Right? Super awesome. And lots of little details, lots of fun little stuff. You guys can have like an awesome time with all this stuff. Make it yours, make it your world. Just zone out and have a good time. And if you ever have any questions for me, you could easily message me. And you'll be able to, that's the best way to get in touch with me, to answer you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, guys, for joining me tonight. Like I said, I would just layer these closer together. But obviously, we weren't going to stand here and watch paint dry. So, all of you people that are new to the fam, thank you so much for popping on. I hope you come back for more torture. It's really been a pleasure. So, Angela and Sarah and Donna, thank you so, so, so much. And anybody else that was new that popped on. And, of course, all of my steadfast family members. Thank you guys so much. I love hanging out with all of you. Good night, Diane and Cindy and Donna. Good night, everybody. Good night, Cindy. And I'll see you all on Friday. Same bat channel, same bat time, 7 o'clock. We're going to do mermaids, 6,000%. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. If you want to pre-do this, and then Friday, good night, Diane, you could add your mermaids to it. You could do that. That would be recommended. Thank you so much, Tina M. I hope you find the baby. Good night, Isabel. You're welcome, Carolyn. Good night. So if you want to pre-paint this, because then on Friday, all you would have to do is add your mermaids. And notice I don't have very much coral reef on here. So thank you so much, Tina B. Always a pleasure, lovey. You know that. So our new page moderator, Tina B. Answering all my questions. You guys were having a great old time. It was going so fast I couldn't see everybody's comments, but I love it. 6,000%. So, you guys are definitely the ones that make the party. You are definitely the ones that make the party. And you can totally do this. You can totally do this. Well, you're a very good help, Tina B. So, I have the utmost confidence in you guys. You can totally paint this. And if you screw up, just paint over it. That's all there is to it. But this is definitely a labor of love. It would be pieces you work on at different times. Like Cynthia suggested, setting your canvas up, putting some of the first layers in, and then walk away, then add some of the other layers in. And before you know it, you'll have this gorgeous, layered, colorful coral reef, and it would be amazing. Because you guys can do all these shapes. It's not hard. And it's a coral reef, so if you get something looking a little funky, it'll probably fit in just fine. Because it's coral. So, no worries on that one either. So, I will see you guys all on Friday. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight. So, thank you all for watching me. All of those on the replay, thank you for watching me. You all warm my heart. And have fun and go create, okay? Good night, everybody.